It's important to follow your heart, but it's difficult if you have a restraining order. Welcome to Shave&Butcher. I thought you were probably bored with Christmas now, so time for a shaving video. I know you've been yearning. Today I'm shaving with the oldest stuff I have. With that I don't mean my wife, I mean my oldest shaving equipment. So the razor is really old. I don't know how old. It's from 1700 something. All original stuff as far as I know. So it's I think people call this a stub tail. Or maybe that's if it has no tail. It has a short tail, looks like crazy. And pretty sure the scales are original. Pretty cool washers. Can you see those properly? Oh, very, very cool. Doesn't shave very well, although it's been a while since I used it, so maybe I like it more now. It has something written on it. I don't know if that makes sense to anyone. A, Y, and a sign maybe. And that's about it. So it's old as like nothing else. The soap is from the Second World War. I did a video with this. Thanks to Bo's Landschap for sending it. This is literally from the Second World War. It's a hard soap. Well, it's hard now. The brush is a cool little thing, super small knot, and this is an English bridle thingy. People have argued how old it is. It's from 1890 something. It's an elegant little thing. That's what we're doing shave wise, and voila. Yeah, still a bit of a cold. Quite a lot actually. The whole family is down. I don't know if it's COVID. We keep testing each other or ourselves, and results are negative, so I guess not. But there's so much stuff going on right now. We're just taking it easy, staying at home, and eating all the food, and yeah, having a good Christmas so far. So you see, this lathers up quite nicely, in spite of the fact that it's easily, it will be from 1940 something. So Roger, let's call him Roger, from Bo's Landschap, found this in an antique shop in Normandy. The shop had a theme of Second World War memorabilia, as you do, I guess, in Normandy. Soap everywhere. Tricky with a small knot, it doesn't absorb all that much lather. But you know, this thing has been idle since probably 1944 or something. And then I used it and it lathered up just beautifully. Yardley Shaving Soap from London. Yep, it's lovely, creamy thing. So, and the brush works fine. It's small, it's like a painter's brush almost. I have quite a bit of soap, so I need quite a bit of lather to get to a good consistency. And when I dip this brush under running water, I almost rinse all the soap out. So we've got to be careful. But the razor is going to be interesting. So that thing is easily 200 and probably 250 years old. So it's like a museum object, if you will. And it's been honed by Niklas Gudmundsson, the Honmeister. I think I've only used it twice since that, so it's been a while since the edge was put on. But I find if I keep my razors in my little razor box, they keep for a good while, and they don't seem to attract any corrosion to speak of. It's important that the razors are dry and clean when they're put in, no fingerprints or anything. Obviously no water. So let's see how we're doing. Yeah, would you look at that? Nice peaky lather. Amazing, fantastic. So really old stuff, but they still work. I had two really good inputs in terms of shaving when it comes to pressure and angle. Now you can see this is bent. It's an interesting curvature on the razor blade. Oh, and yes, I did cut myself shaving like an idiot when shaving my head. So I'll need to angle this in different ways to make sure I get everything, because the edge is not straight. Oh, seems to be cutting hair anyway. A little bit. Yeah, so Roy Hadley says, in terms of angle, think that the distance between the spine and the skin should be about one thickness of the razor. I think that was pretty good advice. Does that make sense? Did I explain that properly? And I don't think you have to check the thickness of the spine for every razor. It's just, approximate. And then Jacques from Dapper Shaves says he finds good advice is to think like you're just scooping lather gently off the skin when you're shaving. So keep a low pressure. Under pressure. Let's see if the lather falls off the razor by itself. Boom, it sure did. So with this curvature, it is a bit trickier. And I don't think this is incredibly sharp. It is cutting hair. And I'm not sure how effective it is. The trick, however, is not to put pressure on. If it doesn't cut because it's not sharp enough, applying pressure is not really going to help. It's just going to increase skin irritation. So if it doesn't work with almost no pressure, then you gotta retool the edge. I can hear it cutting. And not with an incredible amount of resistance either. Now I have no more than 24 hours of growth, so it's not like I can see how effective it is, but yeah, just cutting hair, very good. I know I should be able to tell, but there's no tugging, which made me think maybe it's not even cutting. Trying to use a few different parts of the razor edge. working fine. I don't expect it to be an amazing razor when I go against the grain, which I inevitably will. Yeah, so here, leaf razor, almost impossible to cut yourself, and I managed to put it down. It's not, I don't even have hair there, so I just put it in the wrong place and moved it sideways. Unbelievable. But you better believe it, because it damn well happened. Okay, first pass. Let's see how that went. Yeah, it did just fine. Normal first pass. The test, as always, is on the second pass. So I have this miniature painter brush, but it still holds enough lather for a second pass. Third pass, maybe. Not gonna do it, because I never do. But this shows you don't need a big knot. Now, it's fun to shave with a big knot from time to time. It's an enjoyable process to build the lather. Okay, let's see. Against the grain. Yeah. It's going well. I'm just being careful, Doing just fine. I think this is fascinating. Don't you think so? Sorry, still have a cold. So old stuff, but it still works. I think it's really cool. Yeah. What's your oldest razor? How old is that, and what is it? Yeah, not whack close, but it's definitely close enough. I'm enjoying this. Just, it's a good shave. I will get a perfectly serviceable shave. I don't think I will have irritation. So, but the real enjoyment here is the fact that I'm using stuff that was created, gear that was created so long ago. I mean, just think about the history of this razor. Well, hopefully it has an interesting history. Close enough. I always try and imagine who used it. And if you've seen me, if you followed this channel for a long time, you've heard me say the exact same thing every time I use something old. So nothing new there. You don't have to watch every video. Some people do, and I think that's amazing. And I know because some people comment on pretty much every video, which is such an enormous contribution to the channel, and it's a big reason why I keep keep doing this, and thank you ever so much. Okay, against the grain, or the growth on the neck. Maybe the lather is a little bit dry. That's fine. Yeah, I can't wait to rinse it and see what the final result was. Here we go. I'm going to wipe this dry and clean before I do anything else, because this is one razor I don't want to suffer from corrosion. So I rinse it and wipe it on the towel sideways. Go to the strop. I don't know if you can see that. No, you can't. And then I'm stropping on the textile side. You can strop on the leather side, that's fine. About 10 times. Well, I actually do 9. Why? I don't know. And I've lost count. Okay. You do that to make sure the edge is really properly dry. Okay, let's have a feel, see what it was like. You know, very close shave. If you don't believe me, feel for yourself. Huh? There you go. I just think it's really cool. It's not BBS. It never is when I do 2 passes only, but it's as good as many of my other razors. I could live with shaving with only this gear for the rest of my shaving career, which I hope is long. Yeah, I could. I really could. Wouldn't be a bother. Very good quality shave, good quality lathering process. It works just fine. So we had Yardley Shaving Soap from the Second World War. We had this fantastic brush from 1890 something. And we had this really old razor, which I don't know anything about it, apart from it's from 1700 something. And we did fine. Thanks for watching. Have a good continuation of your holiday if you have one, and I'll see you before the end of the year. Stay sharp.